Hey guys, Reed at Work Turbo again. I'm going to give you the inside view of a turbine side seal ring going bad. What caused it, how to fix it, and what we do to repair it. First off, this is your turbine wheel obviously, and this is your turbine side piston ring. Fits into a groove on the turbine shaft. Brand new seal ring sitting here. Normally they have an end gap. When they're installed on the shaft, you'll have a noticeable gap of, this one's here is probably 100 thousandths or so. When we pulled this turbo apart, the first thing we noticed was the piston ring had collapsed. There's where your end gap should be. The ring is butted completely together. If you rotate it this way, you can see nice shiny seal ring material is making good contact in the circumference of the seal bore right there. As we rotate it around, bad stuff starts happening. That oil is cooked to that seal ring. I mean, it's legit. Stuff is burnt on there good. What caused this? Well, after a little bit of digging with the customer, talking to him, I got him to pull his tune up on the Holly. While the car had been dyno tuned, it had made a lot of power at around 13-14 degrees of ignition timing. Well, the tuner decided to play it quote-unquote safe and pull that timing down to like 11 degrees for street use. Well, when he did that, he pulled it down right about the time you should, peak VE, peak torque, all that good stuff. But everything to the right of the timing map, he just left it at 11 and 12 degrees. This poor old engine was running down the interstate under no load at like 11 and 12 degrees of ignition timing. What that late ignition timing does is put a ton of exhaust heat into the turbocharger. Ton of exhaust heat everywhere. Poor exhaust valves. I don't know, cylinder temperatures I'd assume would be higher as well. I'm not a professional tuner by any means, so but know enough to say, hey, late ignition timing. So the heat transferred into the seal ring, butted the gaps together. When it did that, it obviously distorted the ring shape and did not allow it to do its job of sealing the exhaust gas and the oil vapor out of the turbine side of the turbocharger. So there you got some smoke. Other half of this, this is a new one. I snapped a piston ring down in a bearing housing. End gaps at 12 o'clock on your screen. Normally these run about 0.004 of an inch end gap. On a lot of performance builds, we'll open that up a little bit to allow for expansion of that ring. While it's not a cure-all for bad timing, it will definitely help out in really high horsepower applications. So what we'll do to fix this gentleman's turbine shaft is we'll pull the seal ring off. It's where it's butted together, it's pushed material out in the side direction, so it's sticky into the seal ring groove. So we'll probably have to oversize that a little bit. These normally have about 1/1000th of an inch side clearance in them, so they fit pretty tight. But we'll get him back up and going. But I figured y'all guys would get a little education out of what happens when an exhaust seal ring goes bad and maybe one of the culprits that caused it. So this one was definitely low ignition timing. It had a little overly rich air fuel ratio as well, if I recall. He sent the data log to us. It was riding down the interstate at around 12.2, 12.3 to 1, and 11.5 degrees of ignition timing. So definitely not a good candidate for longevity on exhaust temperature. Got questions, comments? Let me know. Anything else you guys ever want to see? I'll be happy to show you as it comes in. Search my hashtags, hashtag TurboTech Thursday. I put a lot of tech tips up or tech information up on Instagram and our YouTube channel underneath the TurboTech side of it. There you go. Hope y'all guys are having a great week. We'll talk to you soon.